Hello, welcome everyone to week 11. I am here with my co-host Chris. A little bit of a different background this week.
Different background, different shirt. For everyone watching, I am on the road for work, and so it was this or a collared shirt. But I will say the art in this hotel is impeccable. I recorded a couple of the SmashPods last year with Ming out of one in North Carolina where the background was just like a plain white wall, and it looked like I was auditioning for something.
I actually like this. I don't think this is a fancy hotel. You got art on both walls. Um,
Well, shout out, I guess, to the state of Florida. Apparently, their hotels are a little nicer, and you got the classy art back here. So I guess we'll just have to class up this episode a little bit.
oh
Make our
man,
picks with our pinkies out.
yeah. With definitely gotta do that. I forget when somebody said that to me about the whole pinky thing, and like I make it a point whenever I drink tea. I don't know if you now like because people have talked about it, I'm now super conscious about it. Um,
Depends what's kind. I mean, I'm conscious about it, but it just depends on the country I'm in. In the U.S., I uh, tuck my pinky in. When I'm in the UK, pinky's out. And yeah, when I'm in like Ireland, then it's just 50-50. Give me a
yeah.
chance.
How'd your teams do last week?
Uh, Good. Did I send you my one? I had a. So
I
it's
mean,
funny 'cause when you ask me teams, like I've got like 75 of them, and it's like I was thinking Smash. Yes, my home league was the opposite. I think I told you I had like my that crazy undefeated week. This week the law of averages came back to kick me in the tush a little bit. So brought me back down to earth. Smash was an interesting mixed bag. I think we'll talk about campaign in a moment, but two of my teams just crushed the competition, and two of them just did some things we won't talk about on the air and got crushed. So
well, one of those teams that crushed the competition, I what is it now? Five hats, six hats? We're gonna take a look at it. But I mean, we were talking last week about how like your lineup was purposefully going to be a weaker one because of the home field. I mean, home field advantage just crushed people this week. One of our top three weekly winners had home field advantage as one of their cards.
I actually so I didn't even realize that I had won that. So I'm going to be very curious to see how this fell. But I'm taking a bit of a chance this week, so we'll give you an opportunity. But yeah, we make the joke about a hat on a hat. Talked about that on the air before, and I think when we're designing new games and stuff, like, well, let's be careful, keep it a little simple, not go hat on a hat. And we gotta you're gonna have a hat and a hat and a hat and a hat and a hat. So at some
I'm
point you're gonna break the screen.
I'm pretty sure I'm like 0 and 6 against you this year. Um, so yeah, one of these episodes, I need to sit like 5 feet back from the screen for all the hats to actually fit. Um,
We can also work to we got a lovely family, and if you wanted to divide it, if you want to have your entire family on the show, and each of them wear like one hat, and you wear two,
I mean,
we can work on that.
at this point, they're each going to wear like 4 hats by the end of the season. So, well, let's jump into it. Let's I mean, just following up on that, let's take a look. So, last week, I thought, my lineup, right? I was trying to optimize 2 minute drill. Again, went with JSN, Jefferson, who had just had a terrible game. Love did okay. Bowers had a terrible. Again, I think Bowers coming off of that 3 touchdown game. It was just Rodriguez actually did pretty well.
Yeah,
Um,
I listen. I've got Bowers a lot of my home leagues, and I think he's gonna bounce back again strong this week. That Denver defense is just really good, and it showed. I mean, I thought he'd be better than 2.7 points, but Yeah, I think that won't be 3 touchdowns every week, but I think he's gonna come back strong this next week.
Well, you know who is scoring 3 touchdowns every week? Um, so
Holy Toledo! I had no idea that this team put up
shocking,
212 points despite two
shocking.
players giving me 1.3 total.
Yeah. Fairbrand gave you zero. Yeah, Gadsden. But outside of that, I mean, Jonathan Taylor, just unreal. Just
Yeah, human
unreal.
cheat code this year.
Um, and then, yeah, good picks. I mean, basically good picks across the board. Like Caleb did well, defense did well, Rome, Nico, and home field MV for victory hit on everything. I think all the teams won, right? I don't think
Yeah,
any of the teams you picked lost.
I think in some ways that was the key. Why I was a little bit scared, and this just for anyone watching is where victory can be a good card. I don't think I'm surprised that home field advantage can be a good card. If the right teams are playing at home, you can pick good players. We've seen players use that, and the Haibo system got top three with it. V for victory feels like a little bit more of a roll of the dice because if a team loses, you actually lose some points. But if you can pick correctly, and I think I sort of minimized the number of teams I had out there, so it wasn't 8 different teams. I need them all to win. It was sort of, hey, I've got 3 or 4 teams represented here, and really three that have the majority of the players. And if they lose, would really hurt. But if they win, you can see got 30.3 points. I was a little bit shocked by that, but kind of shows the power of the card and where there's a lot of creative combos you can use.
Yeah, I think the only team that lost was the Panthers. So only Rico. Um, yeah, it was, I thought I had a good shot last week and then yeah, just add another hat to it, just throw another one
I
on
don't
top of
even
the
think
pile.
I'm doing that well. I think that the fantasy gods at this point are just having fun. They're like, they're bored. They're sitting there. It's getting a little late. And it's kind of mid-season. It's not quite the playoffs yet, and the fantasy gods are drinking beer, eating wings, and they're like, you know what? Let's just see if we can play with stuff to make Haibo wear as many hats as possible.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm 0 and 6 at this point, and so, new week. The MVP is back. Are you excited? Are you excited by the Giants announcement?
I am. I think we're gonna get into that soon. But this is last year's MVP. Haibo and I SmashUp special player. We'll talk about why here shortly.
Yeah. Um, so one quick kind of sidebar before we kind of jump into that. For those of you playing campaign, we are in week 11, and the first batch of people have reached the final boss. So very exciting for us. First off, we were correct. Nobody ran the table, so that's good. And in fact, it's been, I think, 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks out, but 13 people out of 400 or 500 have now made it to the Eagles, who will be captained by Chris. Um, yeah, anything for those folks to expect?
Well, for legal reasons, it's the Griffins. By the
The
way,
Griffins,
just to
yes.
be clear, the city of brotherly Griffins, in green, the championship team. Yeah, what to expect is just pain. Expect pain. Expect a smash card Invictus that gives an additional boost to certain positions that the real life champions are particularly strong in, and we're going to take advantage. So, I will tell you the highest scoring team last week against Paris of the Plains put up over 300 points. Never seen it before. Now, if you're playing the weekly tournament, don't start to hyperventilate. Do keep in mind that each week you play in the campaign, you get an extra $1,000 in your Smash card budget just for the campaign, not for the weekly contest or anything. So as the bosses get more powerful, you're slowly getting more powerful too. Give you a chance to compete. So my work's cut out for me. I think I've got some strong cards, some strong opportunities, but the players at this point have a pretty decent Smash card budget. So I think some people are going to to bring it.
Yeah, I mean, week 11 means they're at what? Like, if they started week one, they would be at 23,000 now?
Yeah,
23,000 in the Smash
almost
card?
double the original Smash card. But again, if you're playing the weekly game, picture having almost double the normal budget you have to put on different Smash cards. So the world is your oyster, as they say.
Yeah. Um, for everyone else, beating the campaign gets you an entry into the Tournament of Champions. So we're a little bit over halfway through the season. You still have 8 weeks left, so still lots of time. And make sure you are setting your campaign lineups each week. All right, let's jump to Jameis. um,
Young, Rich, and Jameis, the famous Ming team back when Jameis was on Tampa. He had a good one. Well, Jameis is a serious quarterback.
Oh, he is a serious quarterback.
He
He's
is a
starting
serious.
he's starting this week, and that is very, very exciting. And so I thought, let's build a lineup around the SmashUp MVP from last season. So do you want to do this together? How do we want to do this?
Um, up to you. Here, why don't you do the honors and I'll commentate from the silence. I think we both have the same base strategy. Uh, as long as we're still pairing the quarterback and the defense, that's my favorite, and the rest I'll let you fill in the gaps.
Yeah, so I mean, just gotta start with the QB. So
The
with
MVP himself. And by the way, because it was a
MVP.
late announcement, you still get a really good price on the MVP. So if you're playing this week, definitely consider young Richard Jameis.
And they're playing Green Bay. So again, totally agree with Chris. You pair him with Green Bay, and specifically the defense card. I think so. The thing I think you generally want to bet on is I always like to say you want to bet on him throwing about 5 or 6 touchdowns, three to his own team, three to the other team, and so I think card wise. Um, I'm going to probably take a look at maybe takeaway car here on the defense. Also, the Giants just aren't great, so takeaway car even ahead of time would have been good. And maybe this goal in one. Goal in one is going to give you what, like 24 points if there's a pick six. Um, or any type of any type of defense special teams touchdowns. 24 points is a lot. So I'm going to actually double up here and do both. And then on the QB side, do I have enough? Oh yeah, goldfish memory. So turnovers. The great thing with Winston is he will put up stats normally, and the turnovers are almost like a bonus on top of kind of what he does normally. And so this is going to be my base, kind of the base lineup I'm going with. Yeah, thoughts?
No, it's one of my favorite pairings. I think, astute listeners may have already figured this out, but the great thing with this is every single time that Jameis turns the ball over, you just get a ton of points. Even, touchdown, even better, right? But even just a normal turnover, you're getting 10 points essentially for the turnover from Jameis. Although arguably, if you had another quarterback, you wouldn't have the -2. So maybe you're just getting 8, depending on how you want to think about it. And then from the defense, you're getting an additional, I don't think, what is exactly on takeaway cars? Is it 6? Is it 8? What's the.
Takeaway car, you're getting 8. It's a times 5. Yeah, so you're getting 8.
Yeah, so essentially you're getting a bunch of points. If you could pick another defensive to go, you could pick another defensive bad quarterback and throw takeaway card. It's a great card anyway, but the pairing together it's high leverage. So in the weekly tournament gives you a chance for a home run. Ditto in a campaign if you're playing in a league and you're trailing by a bit and you need to swing for the fences. This is just a really powerful pairing that when it hits, because of the correlation, can go for 8 points.
Do you remember that season when he had 30 interceptions? I think he had 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions one year.
It was a Tampa Bay
Wild.
season. I will, as we go through what's next, I'll pull it up so we can quote at the end, because I don't know if some of the younger listeners will appreciate exactly how elite he would have been with his card in his Buccaneer days.
Um, so one other player as part of this, I know he's been down a little bit recently, and he's going to be relatively inexpensive. I like Robinson this week. Um, he's going to air it out, and I mean, I know like just hasn't really done as much the last few weeks, but I actually really like Robinson this week. That's my only other Giants player here. Um, other than that, I mean, let's just let me lightning pick the rest. And like let's see what we get. Um, so obviously Bucky is practicing this week, but I don't know if he's gonna play. Um, let me take that out. Man, Henderson had a game last week too.
And he's
Also,
very good.
yeah, apologies for my voice. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so I know I sound a little bit raspy. But otherwise here, um, I don't know. I like Williams as like a bounce back here against the Raiders, who are just all over the place. I
DOA,
mean,
yeah.
yeah. Um, and then
They got one more cheap card too.
one more cheap card. I wonder if there's a way. How much does Nico Collins cost? He's way less. I was gonna say JSN is just like on a tear. I'm trying to see JSN is like the receiver equivalent, not equivalent, but like the receiver version kind of Taylor this year. I'm trying to see if I could work him in, but probably not. It costs too much money.
Yeah, I
Um,
sent you a lineup a little bit before this. This is funny. I was actually trying to do what you talked about the league. I'm like, can I find a way to make 2 minute drill work? And I'm like, what about a crazy 2 minute drill with Jameis? So JSN, Jamar Chase, Bowers, and London were a part of that strategy. Assuming they can
well,
play better than last week.
I mean, let's put it in. So you have
Jameis,
Jameis. All right.
then Jeremy McNichols. If you want to go search running backs, yeah.
Okay. Really, you're going with McNichols.
Yeah. Oh, keep in mind with 2 minute drill, my running backs get effectively neutered. So
Okay, that's
uh,
fair.
Amari DeMarcado. Now it gets a little bit better sounding. I get Jackson Smith-Njigba,
All right.
Jamar Chase,
Okay.
Drake London,
All right.
tight end Brock,
Okay.
kicker Cairo Santos,
Where's Santos? Okay.
as I had 200 left over. I could raise Santos a little bit, but we'll leave this here for now. And then Green Bay defense with Green Bay defense. And three cards: the goldfish memory, the takeaway car, although no goal in one, and 2 minute drill.
Okay. All right. So we have goldfish memory here. Um, I guess I don't. 2 minute drill is going to be.
It doesn't touch the quarterback, so
Where's 2 minute drill?
should be about 4,500, I think.
Oh, it's down here. Yeah. Okay.
5,000.
And then for defense, you have
Takeaway
takeaway
car.
car. Okay. Nice.
All right, and then I pulled this up. So now that we have these, when Jameis Winston was 25 years old, imagine this as a fantasy season. Particularly imagine this with like SmashUp on a weekly basis. At 25, right, he threw for 5,109 yards. He had
Wow.
33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Plus, in his younger days, he rushed for 250 yards and a touchdown while having 12 fumbles.
Wow.
He would be putting up like 50 points a week. Smashed up with goldfish memory. He would be.
That is incredible. They probably don't tell you, but I remember a significant number of those 30 interceptions were like interception return for touchdowns. They were pick
Yeah.
sixes.
I do not have that top of on the list here, but yeah, he had some
Anecdotally,
insane
yes.
games.
He is the MVP's back. So
I'm trying to see if there's a particularly fun game on 2019. I'm taking a quick scan of his game log before we get out of here.
the last
Anything
game,
in
the last game, last week. What did he have in the last week of the season?
was not as big as, so there's a couple that stand out. He had a week here with 400 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions, along with 35 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, and a fumble lost.
Wow.
So I said 12 fumbles. That's what it said on the main page on Pro Football Reference. Actually, it's like 5 were lost. So still a little bit less than the 12. And then a little bit further down here, he had a week here with 456 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 5 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, and then no fumbles lost. So, yeah, actually, let me take a look. I apologize. Earlier, actually, in the 5 turnover week, I was looking at rushing attempts and rushing yards. That was 1 rushing yard. So now the 5 interception week, he did lose a fumble. He didn't have the rushing yards. In the 4 touchdown, 3 interception week, he ran for 5 yards and a touchdown, just adding to his total. So
That's
in that crazy season, a couple of weeks where he may have put up like 100 smash-up points on his own.
yeah. That is amazing. All
Jameis,
right.
goldfish memory, tush push, golden arm. Yeah, choose your poison.
Yep. Yep. Well, this will be this will be a really, really fun week. We'll come back, see how he did next week. And yeah, for everyone, games are live. Make sure you set your lineups, set your campaign lineups, and come back and check us out. Check us out next week. We'll see. Maybe it will be hat number 7. Who knows?
I'm open. We'll see.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your night.
See you next week.
All right. Bye.